GAC Sports Network welcomes you to the following presentation of the Great American Conference.
Game 3 of Day 3 here at the Great American Conference Baseball Championships, and it finds a rematch of yesterday's game with much more at stake as the Harding Bisons take on the Wonder Boys from Arkansas Tech. Should Harding win, they will clinch a championship series berth. Should Arkansas Tech win, they will face off again tomorrow afternoon for a chance to proceed to the series. Welcome in, everyone. Blake Smith, Luke McConnell with you here. Harding, even though they are the 2-0 team, will be the road team in the lineup. And that means that Nathan Bowie will lead things off against Arkansas Tech's right-hander Cole Dixon. 2-2 with a 5.86 ERA, making start number 6 on the season for Dave Dawson's crew. Bowie steps in and takes ball 1. 4:46, time of first pitch. Game time temperature 70 degrees and sunny as we get this one underway. And Luke, I'd like to welcome you back. You've missed quite a bit of baseball today.
Yeah, unfortunately, when the real job calls, the fun job has to take the back seat. So glad to be back for this one, and will be interesting to see how the Wonder Boys fare here after taking care of business against Southeastern emphatically earlier today, as Bowie pops that out to Jones in center field, who puts that away. But also, clearly a bit more juice for the Bisons yesterday against Arkansas Tech. Again, the Wonder Boys swept Harding in Russellville last weekend to clinch the outright conference championship. You could tell that that was in the mind of the Bisons collectively yesterday. We'll see how Tech responds to that Harding win yesterday.
Ball 1 thrown to Logan Lacey, team leader in home runs and RBI, and he has another one right there. That ball is out of here. Logan Lacey with his team leading 14th home run of the season, and the Bisons show why they wanted that rest as Lacey goes deep and puts the Bisons on top early.
Well, that's the way to start right there, with Logan Lacey getting his 14th home run of the season there with that blast to left field. A no doubter. That'll set the tone early for the Bisons.
Of course, Arkansas Tech playing their second game of the day. Harding their first. Tech only used 2 pitchers in the earlier win against Southeastern. John Gray went 6 innings, and Jackson McTire finished things off. So the bullpen not as tired as Southeastern's would have been, or as Monticello's could have been, as they only used 2 pitchers as well. So the bullpen's not as exhausted for the 2 teams that are playing their second of the day, but you also have to consider who threw yesterday and how many pitches they threw and if they can go again in these nightcaps. The 2-1 pitch is low to Colin Helms, the Bison's catcher, who's now 3-0, a 337 average for the junior catcher. 6 home runs, 39 driven in. He takes that one, a 4-pitch walk to follow up the home run.
Really, both of these staffs should be in great shape. They've used a max of 2 pitchers per game, and Hutchison for Arkansas Tech getting the complete game in the first matchup between Tech and Southeastern back on Thursday. But the big moment was yesterday with Harding's Kyle Lane being able to go those final 4 innings. Things got dicey at times, but able to finish things out. Same on the other side for Tech in that contest, with Ashton Greenlee going 4 2/3 innings. So yeah, both staffs really in good shape here coming into this one. We'll be able to utilize a variety of pitchers, and for Harding, Griffin Meeker finished things out on Thursday. You'd imagine that he would be available again today should things require his services. So, but always good to see in meaningful games like this. Both teams have pretty much a full allotment of players at their disposal and not having to just patch things together to get through this game.
Southeastern and Southern Arkansas both on their way home now, obviously, but went deep into their bullpens. 7 pitchers for each of those 2 squads, and both of them had some big-time struggles. So here's Cade Smith after the mound visit from Arkansas Tech. First pitch swinging on the fastball, got a piece of it. And it's quickly 1-1. 5 consecutive balls thrown by Cole Dixon. The junior from Glendale, Arizona, gets a breaking ball on the inner third for a called strike 2. Must have been some kind of mechanical fix, something easy to adjust to. The 1-2. Breaking ball lifted out to right field. Coming over is Murray. He will make that catch coming in from the right field corner and gets it back in quickly. There's 2 away.
Pretty still here this afternoon. Flag's a little bit off the flagpoles, but not by much. Easily the stillest day that we have had of the 3 so far.
And it's completely swirled from where it was earlier. Runner goes. Griffith takes a called strike 1 and a stolen base in there for Helms. His 10th of the year on 14 attempts. And so strike 1 to Harrison Griffith, the senior first baseman for the Bisons, who have made no changes in their starting lineup from yesterday's game. The 0-1 is lifted right side in foul ground and out of play. Big bounce on the concourse and a nice snag off the high hop. Quickly 0-2 to Griffith with a man aboard and 2 out. Here in the top half of inning number 1, Bisons already have a run on the board. The pitch lined right back up the middle. Soft liner in to center field for a base hit. Helms going to come around and score. An RBI base hit for Harrison Griffith, one that he just muscled off the hands just past the reach of Luke Ray there at second base.
Yeah, and it didn't even get a good hop off the artificial surface, just onto the natural grass there behind second base, and so it just trickled out into center field as opposed to taking a harder hop. Don't think Jones would have had a shot at Helms anyway, but how big was that stolen base now for Helms?
Massive, and watch out, high heat coming in toward the head of Cooper Newsom. And we saw starting pitchers this morning get in trouble early and have to get those bullpens fired up quickly. You really want your, essentially Dixon, who probably started some midweek games, maybe a couple on the weekend, but was more of a bullpen hand than a fresh arm starting a game. You really want him to be able to eat some innings. Big swing and a miss by Newsom there. It's 2-1.
Yeah, team high 36 walks during the regular season in 35 innings, so not the most in control over the course of the season.
Newsom lifts that one back out of play on the right side. And out of the ballpark, it's 2-2.
Really just a great start here for the Bisons. They started well yesterday with a run in each of the first 2 innings for the 6th spot in the 5th against the Wonder Boys.
Ball 3 just outside. Kenny Aiken working behind the plate. Doug McClure at first. Lynn Berry at second. Andy Udy calling at third base. Payoff pitch bounces to the plate. Ball 4. Newsom works a 2-out walk.
But so far the Bisons, over the course of the weekend, have looked like the most complete team. They look a lot more in sync, a lot more under control than what we saw in the second half of the season. Remember, they started the year 16-1 before going a little bit, basically 500 the rest of the way, including 9-8 in April coming into the weekend. But through the first two games have really looked back to more of who they were at the start of the year and who the rest of the league thought they were going to be this year.
Ball one to Chance Resetich, who comes to the plate, and he checked. Yes, he did. It's a called strike anyway. Evens count 1-1. That's one of those borderline pitches where it's going to be a strike either way. And just pass on that, because anything you're going to do is roll over it weakly and induce a ground ball out. The 1-1 is lifted out to left field, and he knew it. That ball is out of here, over the bus and gone. A 3-run shot, and the Bisons show some rest as they are off to a 5-0 lead on the 6th home run of the year for Chance Resetich.
Man alive, both of those home runs from Lacey and now from Resetich. Absolute no doubters over the left field wall. What a start for Harding.
It's exactly what you want if you're the Bisons. 8th man to the plate is Ty Kirkbride. The second baseman takes a look at a first pitch breaking ball in for strike one.
When you look back to yesterday, how great was that pitching by Javi Lobo and Kyle Lane combining to get through yesterday's game, not even forcing Harding to use their number 2 starter, who they will use here today in Preston Tabor. But that is a luxury that the Bisons have been able to get to day 3 and get to start their second best pitcher on the roster.
And probably have some good back-end bullpen arms ready to go at a moment's notice. 3-1 here to Kirkbride. Fastball, he pops it up. That one's going to be just in very shallow left field. Cole Dawson comes on, makes the catch, and retires the Bisons. 8 men come to the plate. 2 home runs lead to 5 Harding runs on 3 hits. No errors, nobody left. To the bottom of the first we go. Harding 5, Arkansas Tech coming up.
If you have the talent and dedication to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
The aforementioned Preston Tabor, the left-handed starter for the Bisons, 6-4 with a 4.92 ERA, making his 15th start of the season. 56 2/3 innings, 58 hits, 31 earned runs, 58 strikeouts to just 21 walks. That is over a strikeout per inning on average. So he is going to rely on his stuff to get swing and miss from Arkansas Tech, a team that put 20 runs up at 9:30 in the morning and has bounced back here and has found themselves a 5-0 deficit before they even come to the plate.
Tabor, obviously a talented player, transferred in from Dallas Baptist, a Division II/Division I. They're in that weird limbo, like some of the northern schools are when it comes to hockey. But Dallas Baptist, obviously a great program. So And being a part of that tells you a lot about what baseball folks in general think of his abilities.
First pitch misses for a ball to Tyler Sardelli, the first baseman for Arkansas Tech, who had 11 total bases today. Pretty good start, a double as he went 1 for 3 with a couple of walks. They average up to 394. He's ahead in the count 3-0 now as Tabor can't find the zone here early. On the way, catches the outside corner, strike one. Very nonchalant strike one. The Arkansas Tech bench all up on the rail. 3-1, that one's lifted out of play, foul to the left side, runs the count full 3-2.
Sardelli 3 for 5 yesterday against the Bisons with a home run, a couple of RBI as well. Having a nice weekend overall for the Wonder Boys in that leadoff spot.
That one misses the outside corner. Sardelli works a leadoff walk.
If you're Tabor and the Bison's defense, you want to really put your foot down on the Wonder Boys here in the bottom of the first, not give them an opportunity to respond, and give your offense keep the momentum going for your offense in the top of the second.
It's Cole Dawson, the junior shortstop, takes a look at ball one. It's a touch inside. Not a lot of changes, no player changes, but 2 swaps in the batting order as Simon Murray will drop down to the 7 hole and be replaced by Kirby Jenkins. And then Ray and Jones flip-flopped from the 8 and 9 holes respectively. 2-0 to Dawson. And it looks like early Tabor might not have his best stuff. The 2-0, that one's in there, strike one. Sometimes you just need a good old fastball down the middle.
Which on one hand you'd expect, it's game number 3 and he hasn't gotten out there yet. On the other hand, it's Saturday and that's his normal day to pitch, so.
Hot shot to third base, and it hops off the mitt of the third baseman Lacey and into left field. They'll call that an E5 here early, and there are 2 men aboard with nobody out.
Yeah, it took maybe a bigger hop than Lacey was expecting there, but you look at that and just, one of those fundamental reasons why you keep your body behind your glove. That one just goes off his chest if same thing happens.
Kirby Jenkins swings at the first pitch he sees and fouls it off to the right side. Luke, a reason that he's moved up to the 3 hole is in game 1 today, he was 3 for 3 with 6 RBI.
And 2 for 3 with 2 RBI yesterday against the Bisons. He's had a great tournament, really has.
Was hit by a pitch and hit a home run earlier today. And takes a look at strike 2 on the outside corner. So he's the first one Tabor's been able to get ahead of in the count. Here's the 0-2 on its way, fouled straight back. We'll do it again.
Jenkins obviously talented as well. Again, his career at the University of Arkansas before transferring to Russellville. He's had a great year. Over 300 in the regular season.
Changeup just missed outside. Ball 1, it's 1-2. Tabor will come set. That closed stance goes outside and loses it there. 2-2. Pitch, Jenkins lifts it right side, out of play again. toward the facility. Jenkins stays alive, maybe a little late trying to get around on those. And it counts 2-2. Swung on, tipped into the glove. And it's a strikeout for Jenkins, the first time he's been put out today. And there's one away.
To the plate, the catcher, number 11,
Christian Olea, the catcher, 3 for 4 earlier today. 2 runs batted in, 3 runs scored. That average up to 372. First pitch from Tabor bounces, and Helms is able to keep it in front of him, keep those runners from advancing. The 1-0 is on the outer third, called strike one. Bounces back with that fastball quite a bit. Arkansas Tech likes being the home team here. Obviously today is a strike two called on Olea as they scored 14 runs in the bottom of the first inning against Southeastern Oklahoma State this morning, which saw 3 different pitchers trying to come in and get out. Big hack and a foul tip. Olea just got a piece of it, and he'll stay alive, 1-2.
Can think a few more things more deflating than having to play 6 more innings after going down by 14 runs in the first.
The odds of that happening, a big swing and a miss on a changeup for Olea, and Tabor might have found his mojo here. He struck out 2 consecutive batters, and Sawyer Duddleston will stroll to the plate to try not to be the next victim. Just 1 for 3 against Southeastern, but he drove in 2 runs, scored 3. Tech only stranded 7 runners on base in that game, so it could have been worse. Big swing and a miss. There's that changeup again. That ball just falls off the table. Everyone comes to the plate expecting first time through the order a first pitch fastball, and I'm not sure Tabor's thrown one yet.
It's not often you can say somebody scoring 20 runs, it could have been worse.
Ball outside.
Duddleston did get hit twice in that game, giving him, for the season, 28 hit by pitches.
And 69 for his career. Saw that on Arkansas Tech's social media earlier today. Ground ball to second. Kirkbride bobbles, has to throw across, gets it over in time to Griffith. They'll say it went out on the transfer. So they strand 2. Duddleston put out 4-3, and we head to the top of the second as the umpires will come together. We'll take a look at it. I don't think there's anything to be had there. Can appeal it, and that looks like that's in his glove and then falls out. So that's what they'll be. We'll be back. You're watching Championship Baseball on the GAC Sports Network.
We see you. Your incredible potential and willpower set you apart. You're first to take that leap of faith. First to get to work. First to solve the problem. No burden should be carried alone. We'll be there. Every step, day, challenge. First is your destiny. We get it because first is who we are.
Well, Harding's used the long ball today. Jump out to a 5-0 lead on Arkansas Tech after 1 inning of action. 9-1-2 due up for the Bisons in this day that has been dominated by offense. 2 winning teams with 20 and 18 runs respectively in our first 2 games of the day. Back on the mound, Dixon going to try to eat some more innings. Colton Doyle swings at the first pitch he sees. Popped up, shallow left field. Dawson comes over and retires the second straight Bison's batter.
Sun's starting to become a factor here in the late afternoon, early evening for that left side of the diamond, third, short, and left field. In particular, with the sun blasting right into their faces and going down behind the stands on the first base side.
Ball 1 thrown to Nathan Bowie, who is 0 for 1 with a fly out. Takes a look there, is called strike 1. Lots of ones on the board. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. That one got the inside corner, and Bowie wasn't sure about it. Gave up on it a little early. And it's a called strike 2. That one lifted the other way, out to left, an odd path, but a path that will work for Duddleston. And Bowie is retired for the 2nd time in as many innings. Not a bad first plate appearance for Logan Lacey, as he tattooed a pitch for a solo home run, got the Bisons on the board. First pitch is down, ball 1. There's another borderline pitch that's just missing just a little bit. Dixon trying to get anywhere around the zone. He's got to stay away from the heart of some of them, though, and he's behind 3-0. He's going to have to make something happen here.
Well, if it's going to be stay away from the home run hitters on the Bison's lineup, he's going to be staying away from just about everybody.
And a 4-pitch walk. Speaking of 4-pitch walks, that's what Colin Helms took advantage of. Stole a base as well. Not a bad afternoon so far at the ballpark. Check over to first, and Lacey's back in plenty of time.
$14 steals for Lacey this year. Caught just twice, so he's a threat.
That one lifted up very high, but playable for Murray in right field, who makes the catch, and there's 3 outs. So after a 5 spot in the first, Harding goes silently in the second. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left. To the bottom of the second we go. Bison still on top, 5-0.
Everyone tells you to think about the future, but strength, knowledge, and wisdom are what you build along the way. There's power in the process. We value this moment because at ATU, you write your own script to what comes next. So here's your cue. Right here, right where you are. Focus on the now. Because our focus is on your success.
SWASU has been saying that the focus is you for 20 years. Now that I'm here, I know my voice matters.
It's a true home away from home where the professors really do put the focus on me and my dreams.
At SWASU, it feels like they are cheering me on with so many ways to get involved, like social clubs,
sports, quality academics, and great people who care about your success. For real, the focus is on you.
Open the door to your future at SWASU. Go Dogs!
SWASU, the focus is you.
Another sunshiny day. Beautiful. Probably the best we've had of the week here in Enid. Beautiful day for a ball game, as the old song mentions. And Harding thinks it's a beautiful day to go ahead and travel back to Searcy. Arkansas Tech not quite ready to head back to Russellville just yet. They'd like to stay one more night and make Sunday a true getaway day. Still several innings left before that's determined on either side.
It would be close to impossible to script better weather than what we've had here through 3 days.
Bard lifts that one out to left center field. Coming over is the center fielder, Brzezic, and he makes the play. 1 pitch and 1 out.
Now batting for the Wonder Boys, the right fielder number 45, Simon Murray.
Simon Murray drops way down to the 7 hole. He went 1 for 3 with a couple of walks today. Pitch in there, catches the outside corner for strike 1.
And I think that lineup shift has more to do with what Jenkins has done than what Murray hasn't, because Murray has not been bad by any stretch of the imagination
100%.
so far this weekend.
Absolutely right. 1-1 the count. It's good things you can move production around in the lineup. Or he didn't go. They'll check down. Andy Udy says he did not go. You were right. Have a little confidence. And it's 2-1. That one in, and it hits Murray. And he will head to first base as Tabor lets one get away from him. Take a look at that one again. Yeah, that glazed right off looked like the crease in his jersey.
Right in the armpit there.
One out here, bottom of the second. Here's Luke Ray. Bat in the 9 hole earlier today. He's done well enough to move himself up to the 8 spot, and he takes a look at strike 1 after going 1 for 4, but with 3 RBI. Scored a run as well. Tabor comes set. Breaking ball back up the right side and into right field for a base hit. Murray will go first to third. The throw will not be cut off. And it's a base hit for Ray, the first base hit for the Wonder Boys in this one.
Literally ripped the glove off of Griffith over there at first. Tried to snare it on the line drive. It literally knocked his glove off as it goes into right field. So nice driving of the baseball there by Ray, and a good opportunity here for the Wonder Boys. 9-1-2 next up.
Grant Jones will start that. He went 0 for 3 this morning, but played a very good center field. Takes a look at ball 1 outside. Tabor having some command issues early on. We thought he had righted the ship back in the first inning. That's a good one. We'll slurve in there for a strike. One the count. Runners on the corners with 1 out. That's a ground ball perfectly placed through the hole for an RBI single for Grant Jones. And the Wonder Boys are on the scoreboard. It's 5-1.
Real slow roller through that left side, but like you said, a nice piece of opposite field hitting by Jones. We've seen a lot of that this weekend. Guys really doing a good job of taking things the other way when the opportunity presents itself. Shortstop Newsom was a little bit shaded towards second, ready for the double play ball, and Jones took advantage.
Back to the top of the lineup. Here's Sardelli, who looks at ball one. Both teams with 3 hits. But Harding have had much more powerful ones. They've driven in runs. Sardelli fouls that one back. Left side, out of play. Tabor taking his time, getting his sign. He'll rock and fire. That one catches the inside corner. It's 1-2. It's 1-2. Here's the pitch, poked off the end of the bat, but out of play. And we'll do it again.
Man, Sardelli went way down and way out there reaching for that one. That one might have bounced in. He was reaching so far for it.
The 1-2 poked off the end of the bat, could be 2. Kirkbride on to Newsom, on to first, not in time with the fielder's choice. Ray advances to third. Jones is put out for out number 2. And Cole Dawson will have a chance to hit.
Good job by Sardelli hustling down the line.
First pitch to Dawson, fouled off his foot. A little painful. Tabor sets the 0-1. Misses inside. One and one. The pitch lifted out to shallow right field, drifting toward foul territory. Coming on and making the catch is Cade Smith. And Arkansas Tech gets 1 back, but leaves 2 stranded. No run, 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. We head to the 3rd inning. Harding 5, Arkansas Tech 1 here on the GAC Sports Network.
Why be a Ranger? At Northwestern, with small classes, you can be seen. With over 40 programs from business to nursing, you can be career-driven. With a campus home away from home, you can be independent. With over half our students graduating without student loans, you can be debt-free. And with a mosaic of cultures, you can be you. Northwestern, success lives here.
One of the fastest growing universities in the state and the region, Southeastern Oklahoma State University has classes for bachelor's, master's, and certificate programs. Over 45 degree programs are available with in-person, online, and hybrid options. With a legacy of excellence dating back to 1909, our dedicated faculty and staff are here to make your legacy a great one. Your future starts here at Texoma's University.
5-1 Harding as we head to the 3rd. They'll have the middle of the lineup due up. And Cade Smith will lead things off for the Bisons. 0 for 1, fly out to right field. Makes way Harding, the classic road grays. The cursive script across the front. Arkansas Tech stays in the same home white uniforms they wore yesterday and earlier today. Nothing wrong with the plain whites. The green stripe down the sides. Green numbers trimmed in gold. Ball 1 to Smith. Must have missed just low.
Interesting in these formats how many uniforms the teams bring along. Clearly the Bisons at least 3.
1-0. That one's lifted out to right field. That's going to go foul. But struck well. Seen 1 or 2 home runs today out to that short porch in right field that are probably only home runs at David Allen Memorial. Breaking ball in there for strike 2. Fastball missed just up. Hard pitch to take. You see that fastball up. Everything looks really nice. That one lifted out to center field. Tracking and coming down with it is Jones for the first out of the inning. We'll bring up Harrison Griffith, who had an RBI single. Stranded on second until the home run by Resetich. So he's got a run scored as well as an RBI, and he's got a look at strike 1. Nice pitch in there, but it's a ball. Dixon delivers again. That one fouled off. Back to the right side and out of play. One and two with 1 out. Chopped to short. Dawson fields it cleanly. Fires across in plenty of time. And Griffith is retired 6-3 for the second out of the frame.
Dixon really settling into a groove here. He's retired 5 of the last 6 Bisons batters. He's really settled down after that 5 spot in the first.
Kicks and fires. First pitch swinging is Newsome. He'll fly it out to Jones in center. He will make the catch. That ball hung up there a long time. He gets 2 of the 3 putouts on the inning, and Harding goes 3 up and 3 down. To the bottom of the third we go. Harding still on top, still 5-1.
So how do you make it? How do you overcome the odds? There's Natasha's way. Be shy, focus on yourself, until they focus on you. Or Juana's way.
Why be 1 champ when I want to be 2?
Be like Yusra. Let nothing
Syrian refugee pulls boat to safety.
destroy your dreams.
Screw fate.
Or maybe you beat doubt 1 step at a time, like Johnny. What about Zoe? Never satisfied. Not with trophies or stunts. Then there's Dennis. Work with what you got to get what you don't. Or you could be like me. Dream of pro football, get hurt, dream over. Find yourself with just $7 in your pocket. So how did I get here? By being the hardest worker in the room. How are you gonna get here?
Always important to hydrate when you're out in the sun. Got a little bit of shade. In some special places, but not anywhere where the umpires will have it very much. And the confusing thing for me, Luke, is why the home team chooses to be in the sun longer.
A couple things don't make sense on that. And also why Tech has a loss and is still treated as the home team because they're the higher seed coming in.
Jenkins takes a look at ball 1. Tabor remains out there, just the 1 run on 3 hits. Fastball in there for a called strike. A little bit of a delayed reaction, but everybody in the park knew that was a very well executed pitch. The 1-1 misses inside. It's a great frame there by Helms. Just pulled it in a little too much.
This is something we saw yesterday. Harding put up a 6 spot to go up 8-1 on Tech in the 5th inning yesterday, and then just kind of held on for dear life down the stretch. See if that happens again, if they're able to produce a little bit more to help themselves out here.
Called strike 2 that Jenkins was not a fan of. Runs the count full. Payoff pitch is up for ball 4. And the leadoff man is aboard for the second time in 3 innings. And Olea comes to the plate. Struck out swinging back in the first. He was kind of right around the time where we thought that Tabor had really found his groove. First pitch is in there at the knees, strike 1. A meager lead off of first for Jenkins. The pitch to Olea is pulled foul, quickly 0-2. I'll have to wait for that one to get taken away from the field of play just to avoid any 2-ball tricks. Finally above 70 degrees. We've been flirting in the mid to upper 60s all day. Now 71 degrees. Olea. Newsom trying to play it on the hop and cannot do it. And there's men aboard first and second with nobody out. I think that's going to be an infield single.
Yeah, Newsom was pretty deep. Olea not slow of foot coming out of the box, so that would have been a really tough play for Newsom, and he's almost falling down too.
So here's Duddleston, who grounded out to second to end the first inning. Comes up with 2 aboard and nobody out. Looks to strike 1. Tabor takes his time, figures out his sign. Comes set, checks the runner. Breaking ball, never got there. Helms fake to throw back behind Olea, the runner at first. The 1-1 catches that outside corner. Duddleston didn't like that one, but he's going to keep playing. He's down 1-2 in the count. The 1-2 swung on, pulled, foul. Well, down there at the left field line. Just a little head dodge by Dave Dawson. Get out of the way. And he'll send someone deep on the bench to go clear that one off the field of play. Count still 1-2. The pitch. Pulled foul again. That one much slower, and somebody already out there making their way back from getting that first foul ball. Rolled right to him.
There's a reason why they have ball retrievers in Major League Baseball.
Put them right at those spots. It's consistent everywhere you go. They'll be in the same general area of foul ground. That 1-2 missed outside. Tabor couldn't get it to. Draw back toward the plate. We'll step in with an even count, 2-2. Chop to third. Nice play over to second. Kirkbride not in time again. A fielder's choice. Olea is retired 5-3 on the putout. Jenkins advances to third. Duddleston reaches on a fielder's choice. There's one away with runners on the corners.
Yeah, good job by Lacey over there at third, getting at least one out. Kind of in a tough spot. He probably was not going to be able to beat Jenkins to the bag, so smart play getting the most likely possible outcome there as far as outs are concerned.
As Bard will come to the plate. The corners takes a look at strike one. Looks like they're all taking that first pitch pretty much on standard. One misses low. Looked like a changeup because kind of had a straight drop to it. Tabor's got to hurry. There's 4 seconds left on the action clock. He'll fire. That one misses outside, 2-1.
Not by much. Duddleston got rung up on a strike. Just a skosh farther in.
Tabor kicks and deals. Pulled down the line, fair, and that'll score one and could score two. Now picking up in the corner is Bowie, the relay, and Newsom won't throw it in. It's a 2-run double for Brendan Bard, and Arkansas Tech is right back in this game.
Well done there by Bard, just inside the third base bag. A nice hustle by Duddleston on the hustle train, chugging all the way around from first.
And Patrick McGahey will take a slow stroll to the mound, try to help his number 2 pitcher get a little more confidence back. A little strategy session going on here as well. The man on second and just one out. Tech has hit for 2 runs here in the bottom of the third. The ever dangerous Simon Murray coming to the plate. The left-handed Murray comes to the plate. He was hit by a pitch and scored an inning ago. Shows bunt, lays it down. Tabor there, spins, fires to Griffith in plenty of time. We'll call it a 1-out sacrifice. 1-3 on the putout. There's 2 away. Bard advances to third.
Kind of an interesting choice there with 1 out already. Not sure you put your .322 hitter down in the 7th spot to sacrifice.
See what Luke Ray can do. Singled, and there's an extra base hit. Maybe it'll score a run regardless. Ray limited to a single, but it's an RBI base hit as Bard comes across to score, and it's now a 5-4 ball game.
That's going to be it for Tabor.
He will just last 2 2/3, responsible for the runner on second. We'll have a new Harding pitcher, and we'll tell you more about him after this here on the GAC Sports Network. So a tough outing for Preston Tabor. He yields to the bullpen after just 2 2/3. 6 hits, 4 runs allowed so far, and it'll be on Seth Johnson to keep them at that number. Johnson, the big right-hander. And Grant Jones will hit next for Arkansas Tech, who has scratched and clawed and fought their way back into this game.
Kudos to the Wonder Boys. The Bisons had so much momentum after that 5 spot in the first. The Wonder Boys saying, no, this is not going to go quickly here. We're going to have a full game.
Johnson, short kick, the 1-0 is up. Looks like he's going to be almost exclusively a fastball kind of guy. He's got that big, slender frame that usually lends to fastball dominance. Looks a lot faster than Tabor coming from that right side, too. In there for a called strike 1. Kickoff move, just a little lob. Back to check on Ray. He's back without a tag. Two, 1, pulled to first base. Griffith steps on the bag and strands the runner. Arkansas Tech gets themselves right back in this ball game with 3 runs on 3 hits through 3 innings. Harding's up 5-4. Luke takes you through the middle innings after this here on the GAC Sports Network.
Everyone tells you to think about the future, but there's power in the process. We value this moment because at ATU, every moment brings you one step closer to what comes next. You've got this. Right here, right where you are. Focus on the now, because our focus is on your success.
At East Central University, we educate and empower students to transform the world. We provide an exceptional hands-on learning experience with professors who really go that extra mile. East Central University encourages students to become who they're meant to be while making lasting memories. East Central University, welcome home.
Cole Dixon remaining on the mound for Arkansas Tech. Outstanding response for the Wonder Boys starter after giving up 5 runs in the first on 3 hits. Has not allowed a hit in the last 2 innings. Just a single base runner. Walk to Logan Lacey in the second. He'll face the center fielder, Chance Resetich up first. Resetich, a 3-run blast over the bus in left field back in the first to cap that 5-run start. And he was looking to put it there again with that cut. Resetich, 263 average this season. It's his 25th start of the year. He chops that one foul and out of play. Oh, and 2 the count. And Resetich rips that down to Bard at third base, who makes a diving stab to prevent extra bases for out number 1. Outstanding defensive play there by Brendan Bard. Using that long, lanky frame of his at 6'4", 180. Needed every bit of that. Stretch out and get out number 1. Here's Kirkbride, bunt. Hits it all the way. It hits the bag. And that is an infield single. Not sure why Bard didn't just pick that up and throw him out. Kirkbride bunted that a little firm. And Bard easily would have been able to throw Kirkbride out if he'd just taken a step forward and fielded it on the bounce. Instead, Kirkbride is aboard with a bunt single. There's the designated hitter, Colton Doyle. 223 batter this season. One on the inside part of the plate. 1-1 the count. Dixon works quickly here. Doyle fouls that back. First time we've gotten that result, as it cleared the net but didn't clear the roof and banged into the railing on the porch here behind home plate. Probably a good thing that Bison's radio broadcaster Billy Morgan slid over to his right for this game, and that would have been right in his lap. Now 1-2 the count to Doyle. One gone here in the fourth. Slaps that foul down the right field line. If the Bisons win this one, they will be in next weekend's championship series. Doyle yanks that to the left side. Dawson goes to second. Just got Kirkbride in time. Doyle reaches on the fielder's choice, 6-4. Kirkbride is retired.
Back to the top of the order, the left fielder, number 23, Nathan.
So that brings up the top of the order. You see, good call there by our second base umpire. Beat Kirkbride by a step. There's Nathan Bowie. 0 for 2 today, a pair of flyouts, first and second innings. And that one is ripped back of the middle. Doyle was off and running. He'll get to third on the single to center from Bowie. That puts runners at the corners for the Bisons with 2 outs in the frame. Brings up third baseman Logan Lacey, who's already homered today. Solo shot to left back in the first. Pitch inside for ball 1. Breaking ball in there for strike 1. The Wonder Boys win this. We'll play another one between these two teams tomorrow. That one's low, 2-1. It becomes another mini best-of-3 series, essentially. That one ripped foul. Doyle nearly ran into that one as he came down the third base line. Two and two, 2 outs. 2 runners on. Dixon stretches, delivers, curveball hit Lacey, but no, they're saying that Lacey leaned into it, didn't make an effort to get out of the way, and he is called out on strikes. Dr. McGahey, an animated discussion with our home plate umpire over the call. It's not going to do anything. You see that? Just clipped his elbow, and he leaned in just a little bit, ever so slightly. Not a lot of movement into the pitch, but by the technicality of the rule, believe that was the correct call. So the Bisons are done here in the top of the fourth. They leave 2 stranded. We head to the bottom of the frame with Tech looking to erase the entirety of a 5-0 Harding start on the GAC Sports Network.
Hey, what you doing this for? Just out here for recreational purposes? No. Working, man.
The mission today is to work hard until you can't go no more. It's always a team mission. Can't get nowhere without the team. It takes everybody.
1, 2, 3.
Hey, you better be open. You better be open.
Man, listen. It's only one attitude that you gotta bring.
Let's go.
That you need to bring.
Work. I mean, we come down here every day to get better. If it was easy, everybody would do it, man. We work out on the street. You feel me? We the best in the nation. We outwork y'all. We outwork anybody. We always grinding, always getting better.
Every time I come through these lines, no matter where these lines at, work. Maximum effort.
Welcome back to Eenie. See the shadows on the right side of your screen starting to lengthen into the field of play a little bit. Just an absolutely stunning day. Here you see there in the background the Weevils of Arkansas Monticello off the bus and coming in, being set for the 8 o'clock first pitch between the Weevils and Henderson State. Sardelli, leadoff man for the Wonder Boys. Pops that into the Tech dugout, and Lacey, leaning over the railing, has it in his glove, but drops it as he falls over. And too many Wonder Boys over there to try to do any sort of selling on that one. You see it right in his pocket and cannot hold on to it. All that for a single strike there for Sardelli. Sardelli on the ground toward first, and that deflects off the glove of Griffith. A weird bounce there, just hung forever, and it was not as hard hit as it initially appeared off the bat. See how that one is scored. But Sardelli is aboard here in the bottom of the fourth, and you see the bounce, and Griffith kind of tripped, and it clips off his glove. Going to score that a single. So here's Cole Dawson, the shortstop. Another runner aboard. Sardelli aboard for the 3rd time today. First pitch in there for a strike from Johnson. Big righty sets and delivers. Dawson lays down a nice bunt on the left side. Lacey hustling in, bare hand to first. Got him in time. How about a sacrifice? Moves Sardelli over to second. Nice job by Lacey on the bare hand pickup.
Next up at the H, number 13, Kirby Jenkins.
Kirby Jenkins, designated hitter, the next up for the Wonder Boys. He looks at an off speed for strike 1. Jenkins walked and scored in the 3rd, struck out in the 1st. Johnson brings it home, and Jenkins muscles one the other way. Smith has it. Onto the warning track, fires it back in. Newsom fires over to Lacey at 3rd, not in time. And Sardelli able to advance on the sac fly from Jenkins. 2 outs now, a runner on third for Seth Johnson to deal with. It's just the 8th appearance of the year for Johnson. 18 strikeouts. A 7.04 ERA. First pitch, outside, ball 1 to the catcher, Christian Olea. That one bounces in. Not far enough away from Helms for Sardelli to take the gamble. Two and 0 the count to Olea. Going low again from Johnson. 3-0. That one right down the middle. Getting back on track. Olea 3 for 4 in the earlier game against Southeastern today. He draws a walk. That curveball doesn't curve enough. Runners at the corners for the Wonder Boys. They've left 5 men on base through 3 innings. Trying to get these 2 home. Sawyer Duddleston to the plate. Playing left field. Wearing number 5 this weekend instead of his usual number 18. 18 being worn by assistant coach Michael Muller. First pitch strike in at the knees. Muller normally wears 5, so I'm not sure why the number changed between those two. Sure, there's a story there. I just don't have it for you. Quick check on Olea over on first base. Back in safely. Duddleston, 28 hit by pitches this season, one of 3 GAC players with at least 20 coming into the tournament. That includes the man he's beside right now, the Harding catcher Colin Helms. Johnson stretches, delivers. Duddleston fouls it off again. Olea was running with that one. Count remains 0-2 with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. 5-4 Bisons. A 5 spot right off the cuff from Harding. Has stood up so far, but the Wonder Boys threatening once again after 3 runs in the bottom of the 3rd. Olea runs. Helms throw down. Kirkbride throws it back to Helms, and they get Sardelli, who came in from third base. Well scripted there by the Bisons, and they take advantage and wipe out Sardelli running in from third to prevent any runs in the 4th. You see the slide there. Helms all over him. And a nice job by Kirkbride as the throw from Helms to second was a little high. So no runs for the Wonder Boys here in the bottom of the 4th. We'll be back here on the GAC Sports Network.
Running outdoors, you got to take what nature gives you.
We'd like to say we run when they don't. So we want to give you products to be able to run when you don't think you should run, when it's pouring rain outside, it's snowing. We're going to have products for you to get out there. You don't get better sitting on your butt not training. You got to get out there and run.
At Under Armour, it's always about premium textiles. They need to perform, they need to be the best. The merging of hybrid textiles with naturals and new seaming and bonding and super sleek, modern, fast, futuristic designs, that's where we are really going to turn it up a notch. If you look good and you feel good, you're going to perform better.
Dr. McGahey still having a discussion with two of our umpires here. Doug McClure, first base, and Kenny Aiken, home plate. Maybe he's going back to that called strikeout on Logan Lacey for leaning into a pitch while he was in the batter's box. In the fourth, catcher Colin Helms is up first. A walk and a run in the first inning, flew out to right in the second. Helms skies that one. It's Dawson behind second base. And Helms frustrated he missed that one. He spiked his bat heading toward first base. He's retired for out number 1. Next up, the right fielder, Cade Smith. Smith 2 for 4 in the game yesterday between these two schools. And he skies the first pitch behind first base. Sardelli is there and puts it away no problem. And Bison's not really making Dixon work very hard at this point. It was pitch number 71 here in the top of the 5th. Here's Griffith, the first baseman. That one high and tight to the long-haired fella. And Griffith smacks that one to left field. Is it fair? No, it is foul. Just over the Stewart Nissan sign to the left of the foul pole. It would have been gone. But just a long strike to even the count at 1-1. Griffith, the senior out of Arlington, Texas. Tries it again. This time he got under it. Duddleston on the run in foul territory. Makes the catch. And 3 up, 3 down for the Bisons in the top half of the 5th inning. Nothing to speak of offensively for the Bisons besides a long strike from Griffith. We head to the bottom of the frame with the Wonder Boys still trailing 5-4 on the GAC Sports Network.
Why be a ranger? At Northwestern, with small classes, you can be seen. With over 40 programs from business to nursing, you can be career-driven. With a campus home away from home, you can be independent. With over half our students graduating without student loans, you can be debt-free. And with a mosaic of cultures, you can be you. Northwestern, success lives here.
SNU sets the standard for innovative servant leadership. Students from every discipline are exposed to leadership opportunities where they can thrive. In more than 45 majors, students experience true integration of faith and learning, rising to be leaders in their field. SNU is the place for educators to take the next step and earn a master's or doctorate in education and leadership, with over 400 ed leadership graduates serving across Oklahoma. If you're starting as a freshman or earning a master's or doctorate, SNU is the place for you.
See into the Wonder Boys dugout as Arkansas Tech attempting to rally back from an early 5-0 deficit as early as you could get it in the top half of the first. Cut 4 runs off the lead, and Sawyer Duddleston back at the dish after being left there at the altar with the bat in his hand. As Sardelli was thrown out on home. An extra look for him against Seth Johnson, who begins his 3rd inning of work. I should say part of his 3rd inning. And Duddleston slaps that one down the left field line, and that is foul onto the gravel surrounding the field. 1-1 the count. Duddleston, redshirt senior out of Springdale, Arkansas. Fastball right by Duddleston, who's behind it. Makes the count 1-2. Johnson stretches, delivers, Duddleston pops it up. Right behind home plate. Helms barely has to move out of his crouch and puts it away for out number 1. Up next, the 3rd baseman, Brendan Bard. Doubled and scored in the 3rd. Flew out to center in the 2nd and made a tremendous snag with a Chance Resetich drive in the 4th. Johnson delivers, just misses the outside corner. The 1-0, fouled off to the backstop by Bard. Makes a 1-1. Henderson State Reddies in the house. Henderson State has been the drama kings of the weekend, beating Southern Arkansas on Thursday with a go-ahead sac fly in the 9th. And needing to go to extras before finally defeating Southern Arkansas last night in the early morning hours of Saturday in 11 innings. That one high and tight. DeBard evening the count at 2-2. The second time the Weevils and Rays have faced off is Rays faced them in the first game on Thursday night. Curveball stays up, runs the count full with 1 out. Reddies also now 3 straight days in the 8 o'clock time slot. So dramatic and night owls are the Reddies this weekend. Johnson blazing a fastball in, fouled away by Bard. Here's the payoff pitch. It's down in the dirt, the fake dirt rather. Bard will take first on the walk. Simon Murray, the right fielder, and hitting in the 7th spot today. After being in the 3 spot for most of the weekend. Fouls that one off into the screen on pitch number 1. Arkansas Tech always a threat to run, best in the conference with 106 steals in the regular season on 130 attempts. Bard just 2 for 2 over there on the base paths. Not a huge threat in and of himself. Murray squares around to bunt and takes that one low and in. 1-1 the count. Murray grounds that one into the Bison's coaching staff in the Bison's dugout. So 1-2 now as Murray continues to toy with the Bison's defense a little bit, squaring to bunt and then pulling it back. Johnson will look at first, now comes home with it. And Murray swung over the top, and he's down on strikes for the second out of the inning. And that will bring up the 8-hole hitter, the second baseman Luke Ray. 2 singles today for Luke. Has not been brought home yet. Stranded on third in the second and left on first in the third. Johnson with a quick check on Bard over on first base.
That changeup Johnson just threw to get a swinging strike on Murray might be the best pitch I've seen at this tournament. It was a beauty.
Inside with pitch 1 to Ray. Big breaking ball in for strike 1. Johnson on in relief for the starter, Preston Tabor. That breaking ball stays outside now. 2-1 the count. And the Bisons have done well in the pitching department. Just the 6th pitcher used so far this weekend. Out of a deep and talented staff. It was the best statistically in the conference this year. Ray fights that one off into the Bison's bullpen. Evens up the count at 2-2. Johnson comes home with it. Ray grounds to Griffith. Keeps his body in front of it. Picks it up off the chest and takes it to the bag for out number 3. No runs, no hits, 1 left, no errors. In the bottom half of the 5th inning, to the 6th we go with the Bisons leading 5-4 here on the GAC Sports Network.
SNU is really different. We're a small community, we all know one another's names, and I really love it here.
Being at SNU prepared me to be a working individual, as well as a leader in my church, home, and community.
SNU really set me up for life. I met my best friends here, I met my husband here, I got to travel the world. I am so glad I was able to attend SNU.
SNU has made me into the man I am today.
My name is Haley, and I am a proud graduate of Southern Nazarene University.
I am inspired to lead.
I'm inspired to research.
I'm inspired to care for others.
I'm inspired to shape the future.
I'm inspired to tell compelling stories.
I'm inspired to innovate.
I'm inspired to create.
I'm inspired to serve.
I'm inspired to be a champion.
I'm inspired to change the world.
Another gorgeous day. Folks taking advantage of the great weather, coming out and enjoying some good baseball. We've had great crowds all weekend across the board from all 8 participating schools. It's a good thing considering 6 of those making the longer trip from Arkansas. First up, shortstop Cooper Newsom for the Bisons in the top half of the 6th inning, leading 5-4. Looks at strike 1, waves at strike 2, and is quickly down 0-2. Dixon, just a little low and in there. Dixon works quickly, check swing, and he went around for the strikeout and out number 1 of the 6th inning. Second strikeout of the day for Dixon. Now at 78 pitches, 5 hits, 5 earned runs, 3 walks, but has allowed a few base runners since that first. Beautiful bunt there from Resetich, and he beats out the throw from the third baseman Bard for an infield single. Nice job by Resetich, seeing Bard playing back. Second time the Bisons have gotten a man on from a bunt single down the third base line. Kirkbride did that back in the 4th inning. And that is the only hits allowed by Dixon since the 1st inning. That one lifted in the air to right by Kirkbride. Murray comes in and takes care of Kirkbride on the fly out. So 2 quick outs. Bisons not really make Dixon work a whole lot here. Percentage of pitches probably 40-60 first inning, other 5 innings at this point. Breaking ball stays up. The first pitch to designated hitter Colton Doyle. Popped out to short in the 2nd and reached on a fielder's choice in the 4th. That one stays in. 2-0 the count. Should correct myself. 3 hits allowed by Dixon since the 1st inning. Check swing, dribbler to Sardelli, and he steps in the baseline and puts the tag on Doyle, who gave a little bit of a frustration contact there with Sardelli, but no harm, no foul. But another inning empty for the Bisons. Goose eggs across the board since the 1st. The Wonder Boys holding down this Harding offense here on the GAC Sports Network.
What does it mean to be a Ranger? It means smaller class sizes so you're seen and heard. It means graduating debt-free like over half of our students. It means getting help when you need it through financial aid and scholarships like more than 80% of our students. To be a Ranger, you're rowdy with excitement. To be a Ranger, you care about your education. To be a Ranger, you saddle up to a challenge and ride to success. Rowdy lives here. Rangers live here. Northwestern. Success lives here.
Everyone tells you to think about the future, but we know there's growth in the journey. At ATU, we value this moment because here, nature becomes your classroom. So breathe it in. You've got this. Right here, right where you are. Focus on the now.
Harrison Griffith manning first base for the Bisons this weekend. Something about baseball players have to have the mega reflective shades. I think it's a requirement. Probably should market those as baseball sunglasses, not just sunglasses. The center fielder, Grant Jones, leading off the bottom of the 6th inning for Arkansas Tech. 5-4 Bisons lead this one. Bisons have done exactly what they've needed to do this weekend. They were on the outside looking in of the regional rankings this weekend. Arkansas Tech, Southern Arkansas, and Arkansas Monticello, the 3 GAC schools represented in this week's regional rankings. Jones looks at strike one. The 0-1 from Johnson. A little bit low. 1-1 the count. Southern Arkansas probably feeling a little nervous after going 1-2 here in Enid. Johnson deals inside this time. 2-1 the count. MIAA conference tournament next weekend, same time as the GAC Championship Series. Jones slaps that one foul and out of play down the left field line. Arkansas Tech, Monticello, and Southern Ark 5, 6, 7 in the regional rankings this past week. Obviously, MIAA heavy rankings with Minnesota State and Cato. That one outside and runs the count 3-2. Mankato in the 3 spot and Augustana in the 8 spot. Fort Hays State was dangerous. They're in that 9 spot lurking. Try to claim a spot. Jones trying to find a spot for a base hit, and he does through the 6 hole on the left side of the Bison's infield. So Jones is aboard for the 2nd time today. First hit of the game. Or excuse me, 2nd hit of the game for Jones. That brings up the top of the lineup with Tyler Sardelli.
You're probably going to see Missouri Southern drop out of the regional rankings. They're the number 8 seed in the MIAA tournament. You're going to see Fort Hays jump probably one of the GAC schools, depending on how things go tonight and potentially tomorrow. Could be completely turned on its head this time Wednesday.
Sardelli fouls that one back. It's an even split between the 4 schools as far as which pods they were in this weekend. That one's inside, 1-1. Harding and Tech, obviously, in one pod, and Southern Ark and Monticello in the other. Weevils with an opportunity to get to the championship series if they're able to beat Henderson State tonight and then again tomorrow. The Reddies looking to play spoiler. Would be interesting to see how things shake out. Henderson State, see a tougher start to the year, but have played well against the best of the GAC this year. Certainly have not been second class in head-to-head matchups to any of those 4 schools. Johnson gets that one in for strike 2. 2-2 the count. Jones on first for the Wonder Boys. Johnson comes home. Sardelli fouls it out of play. If you've ever wondered why Arkansas Tech is the Wonder Boys, got that story for you. Newspaper columnist back in the early 1900s describing how the Arkansas Tech football team played as Sardelli goes down swinging for out number 1 here in the bottom of the 6th. Describing the play of the Arkansas Tech college football team. Describe them as Wonder Boys, essentially. A very similar tale to how Alabama came up with the Crimson Tide moniker. Name stuck, and that was the name afforded to Jones. Got a slow jump. Helms, wild throw into center as it skipped, nearly pegged Johnson in the face. Johnson had to duck down. It was a weird sequence of events all across the board. Jones got a big jump off first and then almost felt obligated to run. Helms seemed surprised that he went, so threw down. Johnson wasn't expecting it, nearly got pegged. And then it short hopped and hopped over the diminutive Kirkbride at second. But Jones was unable to take advantage and is stuck at third, or second still, with the stolen base. Obviously, when Arkansas Tech brought in female athletics to the picture as well, couldn't call them the Wonder Boys. Hence why Golden Suns nickname came about. Lacey checks Jones back to second and fires across to Griffith for the second out of the inning. So Dawson is retired. Quiet day so far for Cole Dawson.
Now batting the DH number 13, Kirby Jenkins.
Does not have a hit in his 4 at-bats now. Here's the designated hitter, Kirby Jenkins, batting third today, who's had an outstanding tournament thus far. First pitch in there for strike 1 from Johnson. Johnson now at 54 pitches. Came in to get the final out of the 3rd inning. Has done well since. That one popped out to right field. It's short out there, but Smith comes in just in front of the wall along the foul line and makes the catch for out number 3. For the Wonder Boys in the 6th, 1 hit, no runs, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We head to the 7th inning. Still 5-4. Bisons holding on to the lead here on the GAC Sports Network.
At Rogers State University, I've been able to develop leadership skills as being the student body president, and I've been able to see firsthand how they respect and listen to the students here.
I really wanted to make a difference, whether it's on the field, in the community, or in the classroom, and RSU is helping me make that happen.
As a student and single father, everyone here at RSU has gone out of their way to help me. Everything from my class schedule to giving me an on-campus job.
It all starts here at RSU. Enroll today.
At Southern Arkansas University, we believe success comes from grit, showing up every day, ready to face challenges head-on. It takes determination, pushing beyond limits, learning, growing, and leading with purpose. And it takes perseverance, because every setback is just another step on the path forward.
That's why we were nationally ranked the #1 best small public college in Arkansas by niche.
Southern Arkansas University. Grit, determination, and the ride of a lifetime.
Final 3 innings possibly upon us here in Enid in the first of 2 games that could determine our championship series next weekend. Harding 2-0 so far this weekend, looking to finish the Wonder Boys for a 2nd consecutive day and head to the championship series. Where that would be determined by the winner later tonight between the 3rd seed Arkansas Monticello and the 6th seed Henderson State. Top of the lineup here for Harding in the top of the 7th. Nathan Bowie been outstanding this weekend. 1 for 4 yesterday against Tech. It started the tournament 5 for 5 against Ouachita Baptist with 3 doubles and a triple to boot. That one inside, 2-0 the count.
If you're Arkansas Tech right now, you love where Dixon's been, but when do you pull the trigger, especially after 4 consecutive balls? It's got to be pretty tired as well at 88 pitches.
Bowie trots down to first, on for the 2nd consecutive at bat.
Probably just going out there to calm him down, give him an extra minute to rest, recover. Try to flush that at bat and reset for the next one. And they'll turn this into another mound visit.
If there's anything that should be illegal, it's that one. Player mound visit followed by coach mound visit. Both allowed. But that is the one that's like, okay.
That one's just giving more time for whoever's in the bullpen to get some extra throws in.
So all the conferences are done. Reminds me of the book, Why Do Bad Meetings Happen to Good People? Dixon deals, catches the outside part of the plate to the third baseman, Logan Lacey. Started the fireworks in the first, a solo shot to left. Was called out controversially, if you will, at least from the Harding side. Getting hit, leaning in to get hit, according to home plate umpire. Back in the 4th. Facing a 2-1 count here against Dixon. Continues to work quick. As he sprays that out of the stadium on the right side. 2-2 now. Dixon comes home with it, and Lacey pops it up. Should get out of play, and it does. Careening off one of the benches there behind the Harding dugout. So 2-2 the count. Another foul back. Do it again. Bisons haven't really put runners in motion too much this weekend. 3rd in the conference in steals. Lacey pulls that one down the left field line, and it has enough. It's gone for the 2nd time today. He was hoping it stayed fair. It did, curling between the 328 and the 7 on the foul pole for his 2nd home run of the day, and it gives the Bisons a little bit of cushion here in the top of the 7th.
2 huge runs, especially knowing that you may be running short on time with Johnson. how much longer he can go. You've still got to get 9 outs defensively. It's nice to know that you've got a little bit of a cushion there.
The catcher, Colin Helms. 0 for 2 today, reached and scored in the first, courtesy of a walk. He's quickly ahead 2-0. And with Dixon now at 96 pitches, that should be it for the junior out of Sallisaw, Oklahoma. A call to the bullpen for the Wonder Boys. We'll tell you about the new guy on the bump when we come back here on the GAC Sports Network.
Before the house, before the office, the late nights and new bosses. Before the last hugs, the wins and the losses. Before building the team, before building yourself, the rise and grinds, all day, every days. Before the letter, before the dream, there was a kid who loved to play. If you have the talent and dedication to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity. If you have the talent and dedication to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
The new man on the bump for Arkansas Tech, Austin Middlestead, wearing number 46, his 17th appearance of the season, first one in the tournament this weekend. Middlestead, redshirt freshman out of Scottsdale, Arizona, 5'10", 180, right-hander. 5.6 ERA, 2-1 record this year in 17 2/3 innings, 17 strikeouts, just 6 walks issued, 20 hits, 11 earned runs. His task, keep the Bisons off the board, ideally for the rest of the day, but at least as long as he is on the bump. Some good insurance there from Logan Lacey, the 2-run home run to left field, wrapping it around the pole on a line drive. Count is 2-0 to the catcher Colin Helms for Harding. Helms sprays that one foul out of play. Two and one. Batter now in the shade, pitcher mound still in sun, and Helms launches that one high and deep left of the scoreboard, and it is caught by Grant Jones. It hung up long enough, and Jones looked like he misplayed it a little bit and had to flop forward to make the catch, but it is still a catch.
He was really frustrated with himself there that he didn't take a better path to the ball.
F8 on the scorecard will hardly describe what just happened there. Much like on the play-by-play. That one popped out of play. DeAndre Jordan dunks on Brandon Knight. Doesn't really describe what happened in that assault on humanity as well. Smith, right fielder, puts that into the netting. Down 1-2 here. 2 flyouts and a pop out for Smith today. Middlestead gets him to foul that one off once more. Seven for Bisons, looking for more here in the top of the 7th inning. Two and two the count now. Middlestead deals, ripped, and that is off the umpire. And that is a foul ball. So the assault on this crew continues. Doug McClure over there with a big wrap on his left arm at first base. And you see that ball just out of the reach of Bart and bangs off the leg of our third base umpire, Andy Udy. He wore that like a champ.
And he was fully in foul territory, so there's no gray area there either. Easy call to make it foul.
Count stays at 2-2. Bard already had one diving snag in this ball game. Very similar play. That one just a little bit farther out of his reach. Breaking ball just too high. Runs the count full with one out. Good pitch there from Middlestead. Just hung up there just a little bit too much for Smith to try to bite at. And comes back with a fastball, too low, and Smith works the walk. So that'll bring up Harrison Griffith, the first baseman. 1 for 3 today, a run scored on Resetich's 3-run homer back in the first inning. Middlestead kicks, delivers, again low and in. Middlestead struggling to find the zone here. Putting in some decent spots, but has to have the reputation of the strike first. Puts one there, and Griffith fouls it out of play down the right field line. Two runs home for the Bisons here in the 7th. Looking for more with one out. Middle of the lineup. Up at the plate right now. Griffith waits on that and gets it past the diving Cole Dawson at short into left field. Second single of the day for Griffith that moves Smith over to second. There's an opportunity here for Cooper Newsom, who is 0 for 2 with a walk.
Next up, the shortstop, number 15, Cooper Newsom.
First pitch to Newsom is low. Newsom 279 this season, but just 241 with runners in scoring position, as Smith is right now. Low once again for Middlestead. Freshman learning about some postseason baseball the hard way right now. Again low, and Middlestead's got that over-the-top delivery. Coach Dave Dawson slamming a clipboard down in frustration in the dugout. These freshman pitchers cannot find the zone. Does there on the outside part of the plate. Not sure if that frustration is as much with Middleton as with the balls and strikes. 3-1 laced into left center field. It's going to be off the wall. 1 run is in. Griffith being waved around. The throw to the plate is not in time. It's a 2 RBI double for the shortstop Cooper Newsom. And the Bisons have answered the 4 runs Tech has put on the board since the top of the 5th. And they lead by 5 once more, 9-4. Dave Dawson back out to the mound. And we're going to have another pitching change here. Dawson less than pleased with what just transpired. We'll see if the next Tech pitcher can get things back in the Wonder Boys' favor. We'll step aside for a quick break and come back with a new Wonder Boys flamethrower after these messages.
We see you. Your incredible potential and willpower set you apart. You're first to take that leap of faith. First to get to work. First to solve the problem. No burden should be carried alone. We'll be there. Every step, day, challenge. First is your destiny. We get it because first is who we are. Everyone tells you to think about the future, but strength, knowledge, and wisdom are what you build along the way. There's power in the process. We value this moment because at ATU, you write your own script to what comes next. So here's your cue. Right here, right where you are. Focus on the now, because our focus is on your success.
New pitcher for the Wonder Boys, number 32, JT Cafferty. Senior out of Hastings, Nebraska. 6'3", 235, his first appearance of the weekend. It's been great this year, now his 18th appearance. 3.15 ERA, third in the conference in saves this year with 6. Wonder Boys just haven't had a save opportunity yet this weekend, but down 5 runs in a game they have to have. Coach Dave Dawson going to his closer. 20 innings, 19 hits, 16 strikeouts compared to just 6 walks, and a .250 batting average against for Cafferty. Still just 1 out, and runner on second for Harding is Newsom. And Chance Resetich has a 3-run homer and a single to his name today, 2 for 3. 4 runs already in for the Bisons. They lead 9-4. As Cafferty works from the stretch and fires a first pitch low and away. Pitch is outside again, 2-0. Bisons would love nothing more than to send their arch rival home early and send themselves home to a championship series. Cafferty misses it again on the outside. Dawson pleased with the pitching depth that the Wonder Boys have had this year. As Cafferty gets that strike call. But needing it to show up here. The Wonder Boys trailing by 5 and needing to limit this Bison's offense, which has found itself here in Enid after a bit of a struggle fest over the second half of the year. Coming on the outside, calls Resetich back into the box. He was headed for first. Full count now with 1 out and Newsom on second. Cafferty checks, comes home, and misses wide to send Resetich to first with the walk.
Just delayed the inevitable there, maybe.
First and second here for Ty Kirkbride. Flew out to right his last time up in the 6th. A bunt single in the 4th and a pop out to short in the 1st. Waves at the first pitch there from Cafferty. Wonder Boys could really use a double play ball here. Get out of this frame and get back to the plate. Try to hack away at another 5-run deficit. Kirkbride to the left side, fielded by Dawson, and he got him. The lead runner, Newsom, at third. Not by much. Newsom went diving into the bag, but nice job by Dawson taking what his body's momentum was giving him. A 6-5 retiring of Newsom for out number 2 of the inning. And we're going to get a pinch hitter here for the designated hitter Doyle. I think it's going to be number 20, Sebastian Martinez, strapping up.
He's traditionally been the backup catcher over the seasons.
Sebastian Martinez taking the place of Doyle here in the 7th inning. He fouls the first pitch he sees back to the screen.
Number 20, Sebastian Martinez.
First and second for the Bisons, 2 outs. Big looping curveball, doesn't get the back door. One and one the count. Tech playing Martinez on a shift here with Ray a little bit shaded toward first. And Dawson playing nearly right up the middle. Two and one the count. Cafferty comes home with it. Martinez fouls it over everything. 2-2, 2 outs, 2 on the bases for the Bisons. Cafferty trying to get the Wonder Boys out of this inning. Stretches and deals and plunks Martinez. Not what the doctor ordered there for Cafferty, as Martinez, a 9-hole, gets on courtesy of the hit by pitch. Now the bases are loaded for the top of the Bison's lineup, as Bowie coming to the plate for the 2nd time here in the inning. Cafferty stretches, delivers. That one gets away from Olea. Coming home to score is Resetich, as he got there ahead of Cafferty. A wild pitch scores another Harding run. They now lead 10-4.
Boy, and everything in this inning that Arkansas Tech had recovered after that big onslaught in the first, it's happening all over again. And Martinez, just like that, will come out of the game. Probably not the way he wanted to have his experience on the field tonight, but he'll take the 6-run lead.
So he's replaced on the base paths by senior Jonathan Jackson. Second and third now for Bowie. He's ahead in the count, 2-0.
Running number 3, Jonathan Jackson.
That one inside. It's a 3-0. Two outs in the frame. That one in there for strike one. Big fly here could lead us toward a potential run rule territory and put the Bisons up 9. Bowie pokes that out of play. Full count. The payoff pitch from Cafferty. Bowie hacks that into right center field. Jones on the run and makes the catch in front of the scoreboard to end the Harding 7th. 5 runs on the board for the Bisons in the 7th. 10-4. The lead for Harding as we head to the bottom of the frame. Stretch time needed here on the GAC Sports Network.
Harding scores 5 runs in the top of the 7th.
SWASU has been saying that the focus is you for 20 years. Now that I'm here, I know my voice matters.
It's a true home away from home where the professors really do put the focus on me and my dreams.
At SWASU, it feels like they are cheering me on with so many ways to get involved, like social clubs,
sports, quality academics, and great people who care about your success. For real, the focus is on you.
Open the door to your future at SWASU. Go Dogs!
SWASU, the focus is you.
Are you looking for a great school with affordable tuition? UA Monticello is the best choice in Arkansas. We offer over 700 privately funded scholarships each semester, and 96% of first-year students receive financial aid. So there's no reason not to apply. With one of the lowest tuition rates in the state, we make your degree affordable. Come tour our beautiful campus or sit down with one of our admissions counselors who would love to answer any questions you might have.
No real mountains to speak of in Enid, Oklahoma, but the metaphorical mountain facing the Wonder Boys just got a little taller as the Bisons expanded their lead from 1 to 6 in the top of the 7th thanks to a 5 spot. Their second such offensive output of the game. Seth Johnson remains on the mound for Harding. 3 1/3, just 2 hits and 2 walks allowed to the Wonder Boys here this afternoon. Across the 7 o'clock hour, 8 o'clock first pitch. Still on the schedule for Henderson State and Arkansas Monticello, but careening towards sliding back a little bit. First pitch to the catcher, Christian Olea, in for a strike.
Johnson, of course, on tap for the win since Tabor didn't go the full 5 innings. Johnson's come in and taken over.
quickly ahead of Olea 0-2. That nice breaking ball right into the zone. Go 2, fouled straight back. Johnson sets and delivers and misses upstairs. 1-2. One, two. Low and in the turf, and evens the count at 2-2.
Arkansas Tech players, fans, going to start to get a little nervous now. Going 1-2, leave their fate in the committee's hands.
Johnson gets Olea to chase the high heat. He goes down swinging for the first out of the inning.
Now back to left field, number 5, Sawyer Duddleson.
First pitch to left fielder Sawyer Duddleston in there for a strike. Frankly, Blake, if the Reddies take care of the Weevils here tonight, it would be less than inspiring performances from all 3 GAC teams in the regional rankings. I mean, at the end of the day, you got to have 8 in there in some form or facet. So probably would still be able to get at least 2 in, but stranger things have happened for sure. You see the Weevils waiting to exact some revenge on the Reddies after the Reddies came up with a late inning rally on Thursday night. 0-2 the count to Duddleston. Johnson delivers and Duddleston pokes it over Kirkbride into right center field for a single. So a base runner here for the Wonder Boys in the bottom of the 7th.
It's not too little too late, but they're going to have to start stringing some hits together here pretty quickly.
Activity in the Bison's bullpen. Helms trots out to chat with Johnson just to give that process a bit of time to begin percolating. Helms with a excellently slow walk back to home plate. Runner on first, 1 out. Brendan Bard fouls off the first pitch. The 0-1, off speed in the fake stuff. Evens the count at 1 apiece. Johnson stretches, delivers, and that one bounces in the left-hand batter's box. Makes the count 2-1.
You've got a big lead. You can be a little more aggressive, throw a few more strikes. Your fielders have played cleanly behind you. Don't overthink this one.
Johnson. Fastball low to Bard. Runs the count to 3-1. The pitch. Inside part of the plate. Is Bard bending his knees in disappointment as that runs the count full, 3-2 on the strike. The payoff, Bard pulls it to the left side. Duddleston was off and running. Lacey long throw from third, and he gets Bard in time. Duddleston moves over to second. And the 5-3 ground out by Bard. 2 outs now for the Wonder Boys as Simon Murray heads to the plate.
It's a great throw by Lacey. That's a hard throw to make, too, all the way across the diamond like that. Really, really difficult to get it all the way there in time.
First pitch bounces in from Johnson, so Duddleston will advance to third on the wild pitch. Murray struck out in the 5th. Sacrifice bunt in the 3rd and was hit by a pitch and scored back in the 2nd. So kind of a weird day, statistically speaking, for Murray. Stretch and the delivery outside, ball 2.
This is not being aggressive with a lead. Pitching with a lead, a big lead especially, you have to go get them. Maybe this is just because he's running out of gas too.
2-0 pitch is inside, 3-0 now the count. Pace could use some quickening as well. Johnson taking his time out on the mound here. He missed outside with the breaking ball. 4-pitch walk to Murray. Runners on the corners with 2 outs.
I think that's going to be it.
Dr. McGahey heading to the mound. Not called for anyone just yet. Some encouraging words and pats for his pitcher, Seth Johnson. And he's going to leave him out there.
Going to give him one more batter. Try to get out of this inning. He's going to have to be aggressive. He's going to have to go right after Ray.
Saw this yesterday with Javi Lobo. Did not pan out how he wanted it to. So if Johnson can change the script against the 8-hole hitter, Luke Ray. Johnson comes home, gets strike 1 on the outside part of the plate.
Aggressive, get ahead early in the count, trust your stuff, see what happens.
The 0-1 bounces in. Holmes keeps it in front of him. The 1-1 comes home, bounces again. It's 2-1. Duddleston on third, Murray on first. One fouled back by Ray, makes the count 2-2.
You can go off speed here, but try to tunnel it off of where you've thrown your fastball here in this count. If you're going to do a waste pitch, tunnel it.
Johnson delivers, got him swinging. And Johnson finishes his outing strong, and the Bisons pour out of the dugout to congratulate Johnson on a job well done here this evening. We head to the 8 as the lights come on and needed. 10-4 Bisons on the GAC Sports Network.
Why be a ranger? At Northwestern, with small classes, you can be seen. With over 40 programs from business to nursing, you can be career-driven. With a campus home away from home, you can be independent. With over half our students graduating without student loans, you can be debt-free. And with a mosaic of cultures, you can be you. Northwestern, success lives here.
One of the fastest growing universities in the state and the region, Southeastern Oklahoma State University has classes for bachelor's, master's, and certificate programs. Over 45 degree programs are available with in-person, online, and hybrid options. With a legacy of excellence dating back to 1909, our dedicated faculty and staff are here to make your legacy a great one. Your future starts here at Texoma's University.
Tyler Sardelli and Arkansas Tech needing to keep the Bisons off the board for the next 2 innings if they are going to have any shot at coming back in this one. First up for the Bisons in the 8th, Logan Lacey. 2 home runs today. Part of a 2-for-3 day. He also has a walk. Down quickly 0-1 here in top of the 8th. It's Cafferty working quickly. To the gratitude of all. Curve nearly clipped Lacey. He's already been called out once today for leaning into a pitch to try to get on base. Even if it was the most minutia of leans. He's ahead in the count 3-1. Cafferty deals, catches the outside. Makes the count full. The payoff. Fouled off by Lacey. Do it again, and he missed him. A walk for Lacey, his second of the day. Bisons with an early base runner. Catcher Colin Helms. 3 flyouts and a walk and a run scored. He smokes that one to left field. Duddleston on the run as it tails away from him. Reaches back, makes the catch for out number 1. Step the right fielder, Cade Smith.
With 1 on base, the right fielder, number 1, Cade Smith.
Smith walked and scored in the 7th. A couple flyouts otherwise. First pitch is a ball. That one hit deep to right field. Murray on the track now runs in and makes the catch. Wind blowing in slightly from the south. Some blowing in from right field. So Smith flies out to right for the second time tonight. 2 outs for the Bisons.
It's the first time we've really seen the wind blowing in and from that direction so far this week.
Hit and run. That one is fouled back just onto the roof and scared the wits out of a couple Henderson State faithful down on the concourse. So 0-1 to Griffith. Lacey was off and running on that pitch. Not on this one. That one's in there for strike 2. The 0-2 pitch. Good looking one to chase, but Griffith did not. Making it 1-2. Cafferty with a 1-2. That one smashed to left center field. Jones on the run. Hit's gone! Oh, it's off the wall. My apologies. It hit off the white Security National Bank sign. Disappeared from view into the sun. Lacey motors around from first to score. It's a double for Griffith.
Well, as that ball was struck, it should have been a home run.
Absolutely tattooed by Griffith. Jones going into the wall full steam, and here comes Dave Dawson. The Bisons have expanded the lead once again, which is not what Dave Dawson sent his closer in there to allow. Dawson, coach's coach, using this as a teaching moment for his Wonder Boys squad. He'll leave Cafferty out there. Two outs in the inning as the shortstop Cooper Newsom steps to the plate. Doubled in the 7th. Was erased on the base path, 6-5. Looking to bring Griffith home, though. First one outside from Cafferty. He pokes that to right field. Murray's got a beat on it. He's underneath and puts it away. But the Bisons add one more here in the 8th and expand the lead to 7. A hit, a run, and a man left for Harding in the 8th. We head to the bottom of the frame. Bisons lead 11-4 here on the GAC Sports Network.
At Rogers State University, I've been able to develop leadership skills as being the student body president, and I've been able to see firsthand how they respect and listen to the students here.
I really wanted to make a difference, whether it's on the field, in the community, or in the classroom, and RSU is helping me make that happen.
As a student and single father, everyone here at RSU has gone out of their way to help me. Everything from my class schedule to giving me an on-campus job.
It all starts here at RSU. Enroll today.
At Southern Arkansas University, we believe success comes from grit, showing up every day ready to face challenges head on. It takes determination, pushing beyond limits, learning, growing, and leading with purpose. And it takes perseverance, because every setback is just another step on the path forward.
That's why we were nationally ranked the #1 best small public college in Arkansas by niche.
Southern Arkansas University. Grit, determination, and the ride of a lifetime.
Seth Johnson returns to the mound for the Bisons here in the bottom of the 8th. Might be a very short leash here for the big right-hander. Senior out of Wetumpka, Alabama. Don't know where it is, but I like it already. And that's different from Wetumpka, Oklahoma. There's an actual P in Wetumpka, Alabama.
Just northeast of Montgomery for any geography nerds out there.
Do you know that off the top of your head?
No,
okay.
I had Apple Maps pulled up pretty quick.
I was about to say,
and I didn't
see the maps open, and I was like, did you really just pull that out of your head?
I wish. I know Arkansas geography like that.
Oh, that I have no doubt. I still don't know all the Oklahoma geography. Waleetka, Waynoka, Wetumpka, Wewoka. Couldn't tell you which direction any of those were from here needed. Grant Jones, the center fielder, first up, and he's quickly down 0-2. Johnson getting a last wind, maybe. Wonder if Dr. McGahey leaving him out there to get an extra ovation from the Bison's faithful. As Jones fouls that down the left field line, out of play. Harding well on their way here, barring a big collapse, to being in the championship series next weekend. Where that will be, to be determined. That pitch inside. The Weevils of Monticello are the 3 seed, so if they can beat Henderson State tonight and tomorrow, they would host. But if it's the Reddies who come up with a win in one of those 2 opportunities, the Bisons would host at Jerry Moore Field. That one fouled down the right side this time. One and 2 the count to the 9-hole hitter Jones. Stretch, delivery, and another foul out of play. Shout out of congratulations to the Southern Arkansas Mule Riders. They defeated Oklahoma Baptist today 4-1 in the women's softball championship game over in Bentonville. Jones lines that on a hop to Newsom, up and firing, and it's a little bit too high for Griffith, who could not get his foot down in time. And that should be an E6 on the high throw. Griffith tagged Jones as he went by, but Jones had already stepped on the base and was in foul territory. So he is aboard. So now we are going to have a pitching change as Johnson heads off. Masterful performance from him today. 4 1/3, no runs, 3 hits, 3 walks. He is responsible for Jones on first base. A tremendous performance there from Seth Johnson. We'll meet the new Harding pitcher in just a moment on the other side of this break here on the GAC Sports Network.
Before the house, before the office, the late nights and new bosses. Before the last hugs, the wins and the losses. Before building the team, before building yourself. The rise and grinds, all day, every days. Before the letter, before the dream, there was a kid who loved to play. If you have the talent and dedication to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity. If you have the talent and dedication to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
New pitcher for the Bisons, number 26, Merritt J., junior out of Arlington, Texas. Jay's 7-4 this year. 13 starts. This is his first appearance of the year out of the bullpen. 5.68 ERA.
Have to imagine he was the break glass in case of emergency starter for tomorrow. Not looking like they'll need a starter for tomorrow.
Top of the lineup here for Jay, Tyler Sardelli. Quickly ahead 2-0 with Jones over at first base. Tech will still have a shot in the bottom of the ninth. In there for strike one. Since it's already 7:30 local time, our final game of the night already getting pushed back. It'll be a minimum 8:15 start time. Test the two-day game theory once again, as we did last night with the Reddies, / early this morning. 3-1 the count. Sardelli rips it to second, to short for one, on to first. Double play erases Jones and Sardelli. 4-6-3. Excellent defensive play. Kirk Bride starting the double play, and Jay getting the ground ball necessary. That brings up Cole Dawson, who has been quiet today. And he pops that one up to right. Smith is under it, and he's got it. And a quick inning for the Wonder Boys as they go quietly. 3 up, 3 down. To the ninth we go here in Enid. One final frame to send the Bisons to the championship series. We'll see if they can do it when we come back on the GAC Sports Network.
We see you. Your incredible potential and willpower set you apart. You're first to take that leap of faith. First to get to work. First to solve the problem. No burden should be carried alone. We'll be there. Every step, day, challenge. First is your destiny. We get it because first is who we are. Dr. McGahey having some conversations with the
home plate umpire, so I'd imagine we're going to get another pinch hitter in the 9 spot here. 7-8-9 here for the Bisons in the top of the 9th inning, leading 11-4. New pitcher here for the Wonder Boys, number 49 for Arkansas Tech, Derek Rocket.
Great name for a pitcher.
Absolutely. He's actually a knuckleballer.
Oh.
Just kidding.
Ah.
1-3 this season, his 12th appearance, 19 strikeouts, 14 walks.
Why would you do that to me?
Well, just the irony of a guy named Rocket throwing knuckleballs would have been too rich to pass up.
That's fair.
So Chance Resetich leading things off for the Bisons. A 3-run homer in the first, really punctuating this one for Harding. Rockets' first pitch on the outside corner for strike 1. The 0-1, Resetich swings through. 0-2 now. Rocket from the windup, kicks, delivers, and it's low. 1-2 the count. Rocket, a true freshman out of Higbee, Missouri. Off speed, and Resetich just got a piece of it to stay alive. Rocket kicks, delivers. Resetich sends that one out of play again. 10 hits apiece. The Bisons have used the long ball to great effect today. 3 homers. Part of pushing them to 11 runs to just 4 for the Wonder Boys. Now in low and away, 2-2 the count. Resetich yanks that to Bard at third base. Across the diamond. Zardelli takes care of business there. 1 away.
Another well-played ball by Bard there at third base. He's been about as steady as she comes throughout the tournament today, and unfortunately for him and the Wonder Boys, it looks like they may have just run out of gas.
Second baseman, Ty Kirkbride. Grounds that one straight to shortstop Cole Dawson. Crossbody throw. And 1 pitch, 1 out. 6-3. In the designated hitter spot, a new batter. Pinch hitting is Wesley Featherston. Junior, 219 average this year. .1-0 from Rocket. Misses outside again. 2-0. Rocket catches the outside part of the plate. Makes it 2-1. Now he pulls off the plate again. 3-1 now. And Featherston yanks a single through the left side. And he's aboard with 2 outs. As Nathan Bowie returns to the plate for the Bisons. One for 4 today with a walk and a run scored for Bowie. Got the tournament started off with a bang for the Bisons. 5 for 5 in game number 1 of the entire saga. 3 doubles and a triple. And Featherston on the run. And he's going to be tagged out. Caught stealing as he was just going for that one. The throw beat him. He tried to dodge the tag of Dawson, but was unable to do so. So he's retired on the caught stealing, and the Wonder Boys down to their final 3 outs when we come back to Enid after these messages.
Everyone tells you to think about the future, but strength, knowledge, and wisdom are what you build along the way. There's power in the process. We value this moment because at ATU, you write your own script to what comes next. So here's your cue. Right here, right where you are. Focus on the now, because our focus is on your success.
SWASU has been saying that the focus is you for 20 years. Now that I'm here, I know my voice matters.
It's a true home away from home where the professors really do put the focus on me and my dreams.
At SWASU, it feels like they are cheering me on with so many ways to get involved, like social clubs,
Sports, quality academics, and great people who care about your success. For real, the focus is on you.
Open the door to your future at SWASU. Go Dogs!
SWASU, the focus is you.
Bison's 3 outs away from advancing to the championship series next weekend. Could be at home with a Henderson State win tonight or tomorrow, or it could be down in Monticello if the Weevils able to take 2 from the Reddies tonight and tomorrow. And that first pitch delayed a little bit as it's about 7:40 here in Enid. Probably get first pitch for that one closer to 8:30 here tonight from David Allen Memorial Ballpark. Three, 4, and 5 up for the Wonder Boys. If they're going to do anything against Merritt J, it needs to start now. With Kirby Jenkins as he looks at ball 1. Dr. Patrick McGahey for the Bisons, you are wanting this to be as stress-free as possible. That one not stress-free for Jenkins as he fouls that off his leg. One and one the count to Jenkins, who's officially 0 for 3 today with a walk. Breaking ball does not catch the inside part of the plate. 2 and 1. Fastball also misses in. Now 3 and 1.
7-run lead. Go get them.
Just throw strikes, baby. Swing and a miss there from Jenkins.
Dominate the zone.
Full count. Jay rocks and fires. Too low. Jenkins is aboard via base on balls. Pinch hitter here for the catcher, Christian Olea, be Joe Kinneberg. First pitch hacking, fouls that one off. That one on the outside part of the plate and Kinneberg quickly down 0-2.
Just go dominate the zone, just like this. This is exactly how Jay should be right now. All the confidence in the world.
Kinneberg sprays it foul. Do it again at 0-2. Jay rocks and fires. Too high. 1-2. Jenkins the man on first for the Wonder Boys, down to their final 3 outs. That one bounces in. Two and two. Kinneberg slashes that one against the shift. And Jenkins on his hustle horse gets to third base standing up. So first and third here for Sawyer Duddleston as Kinneberg comes up with a single. Dr. McGahey, again, you're just wanting this to be stress-free. That's all you're wanting, not wanting to make any pitching changes or worry too much about this. The Wonder Boys already 2-1 with nobody out. Breaking ball, beautiful pitch in there for strike one to Duddleston. One for 4 today. Reached on a fielder's choice in the third and scored. Singled in the 7th. Swings through that fastball. Quickly down 0-2. Jay kicks, delivers, just missed outside.
It's a great pitch.
Duddleston able to resist the cheese there. 1-2. Taking ball stays upstairs. Stretch the delivery, and Duddleston skies it to left. Bowie's got a beat on it. Catches it, and Jenkins will tag and score without a throw. So a sac fly to left for Duddleston is the first out of the inning, and a pinch hitter here for Arkansas Tech. Number 12, Nolan Self. Batting for Brendan Bard. First one low and in the fake stuff. Self, 250 hitter in the regular season. 12 starts to his credit. Bison's glove. One ground ball to Newsom or Kirkbride. Or even Lacey over at third. Jay stretches. Missed it high, and throw down to check on Kinneberg is unsuccessful.
Getting pretty eager with that secondary lead over there, with a good arm in Helms, ready to get one out closer to the GAC Championship Series.
Newsom comes out to have a conversation with Jay along with Lacey and Helms, and Newsom pretty emphatic in that conversation. Jay stretches, delivers, upstairs, 3-1. Not sure if they said that hit him or if the count was off there. Didn't get an indication one way or the other, but I think the scoreboard count was off by 1. So Self walks. Now up Colby Webb, pinch hitting here for Murray. Pitch way outside. So pinch hitters all the way around on the field for the Wonder Boys right now. Kinneberg at second, Self at first, and Webb at the plate. 1-0 the count. Jay upstairs again.
Going straight to the pin in the middle of a count.
In the 9th inning with a 6-run lead. So Jay unable to get the job done for the Bisons. And coming in for Harding to try to close the deal is going to be Griffin Meeker. He closed the deal in the final inning of work on Thursday. So he'll come in with a 2-0 count on the pinch hitter Colby Webb. And 2 runners aboard. Meeker with that fall off to third sidearm delivery. See as he gets loose. Blake, the Bisons came in outside the NCAA tournament conversation, but polish this off. They'll head home, back in it a little bit, and at least giving themselves every opportunity to punch their own ticket and not put it in the hands of anyone else.
They should they hold on, they should at least make an appearance in the regional rankings. Now, it may not be in the top 8, but I think over the course of the next 2 weeks, they will have eventually played themselves in. I think it's just going to take one win in the GAC Championship Series. They're going to jump one of the 3 GAC teams ahead of them. And if Henderson State wins, I think that's going to be the same situation. If they can push it to a game 3, you've got 2 teams that went 1-2. You've got a chance to jump 2 of them, and then whoever the highest ranked 3rd one is, I would imagine it would be Arkansas Tech. You're just going to have to hold on and hope. Put yourself in a situation to leave your hands in the fate of a committee. There'll be a lot of politicking going on over the next 10 days or so. So Colby Webb will step in, the pinch hitter.
2 on for the Wonder Boys as Meeker toes the rubber and delivers a first pitch strike. Technically the 3rd pitch of the at-bat, but his first pitch is a strike.
Always nice to get that first one out of the way.
Webb pops that up to center. Brsedich is there and puts it away for out number 2. One more out to go here in Enid. It'll be the second baseman, Luke Ray. First pitch just inside. Ground ball to second. Kirkbride fields, throws over to first, and the Bisons have done it. An 11-5 win over Arkansas Tech, and the Bisons have punched their ticket to the GAC Tournament Championship Series next weekend. Site to be determined by our second game of the night, as Henderson State and Arkansas Monticello will be soon to take the field here at David Allen Memorial Ballpark to determine the Bison's opponent in the championship series. But the Bisons do what they need to do. They come to Enid and take 3 consecutive games, 2 of those over their rival Arkansas Tech, repaying the Wonder Boys to a certain extent for the sweep that the Wonder Boys dealt the Bisons last weekend in Russellville. And Blake, the Bisons looked like the best team in the GAC so far this weekend.
They really bounced back well from that sweep on the road last weekend. 2 different 5-run power hitting innings propelled them to victory. They survived an early Arkansas Tech onslaught. Tabor didn't have his best stuff tonight, gave them 2 1/3 innings. And what else can you say about Seth Johnson? He deserves every bit of the win he gets today.
Tremendous performance by him, coming on in relief of Preston Tabor. So the Bisons win it 11-5. That's going to do it for game 1 here on the evening slate of Saturday in the GAC baseball tournament. Coming up here in just a little while, Henderson State and Arkansas Monticello, the Reddies win, and they're in to the tournament championship series against the Bisons. The Weevils trying to push it to a final game tomorrow. That'll be coming up in about 45 minutes time. That's going to do it for this one. For all of us here at the GAC Sports Network and my partner Blake Smith, I'm Luke McConnell saying good evening from David Allen Memorial Ballpark.